This is another little field trip. Come way out here in the back country, and we're looking for some old slope mine remains, coal slope mine remains that were once belonged to and operated by the Pratt Consolidated Coal Company. These mines go back to 1905, and so we were able to hike through the woods for a good ways, and we thank goodness for researching pinpoint accuracy, because you could miss this. And this is one of the bigger slope mines that they had right here, and there's an opening. Mr. Box is just going to peer in there and see if it's filled with water, which it probably is.
I thought it was water. It's not water.
Okay, well, he just said there's not water, so we're going to go in there and check it out. And this is a really, really big mine. So the manway entrance to this mine is about 100 feet further over in the woods. We'll check that out later. But if you don't know where you're going, this is at the bottom of a big ridge, you can get lost out here. So this was a slope mine. The loading tipple, this mound right here is where they had the mine cart tracks. The hoist house was way further back there, and this was the beginning of the wooden loading tipple, and it would run on out pretty good ways, and it would meet up with the spur line of the railroad to take on the coal coming out of this mine. So that's part of a tailings pile over there, and the mining camp would have been in this direction over here. But the hoist house, maybe there's some remains of the hoist house. We ought to check that out when we leave here. But we'll go check and see the manway entrance after this. But this is a good little find right here. And Mr. Box is getting ready to do some exploring. But
might be a rope to come back out.
Pretty deep.
It's just a steep angle, and there's not much room. I can probably.
I've got my big one with me.
Okay.
So, but this was a really big mine opening. It was a single track slope mine, so went pretty deep underground. So we'll see what we can find. But good little side field trip today. Okay, so Mr. Box has gone ahead and gone on in. He's done a preliminary report back to me that the mine is dry, at least from this level, 5-6 feet of headroom, and that it's open. So I'm going to slip in there and see what we can find. This is a pretty historic mine site. So, all right.
I'm going to go venture to the right.
All right. Okay, just slid in down through here, and of course we deployed the rope, and I actually brought a rope extender with me because I might need it coming out. But so you've got a pretty thick coal seam here, about 4 to 5 feet, and you've got a rough stack wall there. Right here where the light is, this is where it was a single track slope mine, so this is where the mine cart rails would have been, right here. So all right, we'll see what we can find down in here. Okay, so yeah, you've got a pretty sizable coal seam right there. That's every bit of 5 to 6 feet right here. So got an old mason jar right there. So looks like a little bit of a ceiling collapse here, but you've got left-right entries over here. So
Very large
So it looks like it could be you can get access over that that pile right there on the main slope. So Mr. Box is on a right header. So anyway, this may be about the thickest coal seam we've seen yet. And you've got left entry over here. Let's see, it's incredibly dry, which is pretty rare, man, pretty rare. Usually you're running into water at this point. Got a huge breeze coming from somewhere. This mine went pretty fair piece underground. Pretty fair piece. Looks like there's still a wooden timber support up over here. Looks like this is gonna be this is gonna end right there. So that's a wooden timber support right there. So, but it's dry. That's amazing. So, all right, we'll double back, rejoin Mr. Box, see what we can find. All right. Okay, he's checking out the main slope. He just came back from this right header. I'll just go over there real quick and check it out. It's an incredibly thick coal seam here. Kind of dull in some areas, but they didn't care. So this was used. This was good coking coal. So oh yeah. So these are going to be the top portions, so they're going to not extend out too far, but so that ends right there. But so we'll head back to the main slope over here, see if we can traverse over that pile right here. All right. Okay. He's checking out a left header, and got a bat colony in here, which is not unusual. That'll end up right there. So, yeah, some pretty good fossil remains right there. That's a tree right there. Yeah, a lot of fossil remains right here. It's like being in a petrified forest. Okay. All right. So Mr. Box went over that way, okay? He dropped a glow stick over there on the other side. So this is the main slope right here. So yeah, well, it's interesting. Yeah, 5-6 feet of that coal seam, definitely. So looks like you've got a big work header over here to the right. So Well, it's interesting. Some of the coal looks pretty rich. But, I'll just, yeah, man. More fossil remains everywhere, man. Okay. So, all right. So what I'll do is I'm gonna clear this and get down there, then I'll film some more probably. All right, that light up ahead, that's Mr. Box. He did a little workaround on me here. He came in from the left side. So, that's pretty cool. A lot of sandstone. A lot of sandstone, more than I thought. I tell you, man, them boys left a lot of coal on the ground. A lot of coal. That just goes back, that's a right-angled header right there. So. Oh, man. Got some of the old timber supports right there. Huh. All right, we'll film a little bit further down, but I think this probably has to be this may be one of the biggest coal seams we've seen yet. Some areas it's 7-8 feet. Thick coal. So, okay, this is where Mr. Box came in from. He came in through that way. So you get the remains of the old wooden timber support right here. Going back to probably 1905, 1908. Always got to be careful where you step, man. But so overall, man, it's incredibly dry, man. Incredibly. So this was a non-gassy coal mine from the report, so shouldn't have any problems. Wow. It just keeps going, doesn't it?
Yep.
Some pretty thick coal. Looks like it gets a little shinier when you go down. Oh, is that piece of that mining cart?
Yeah.
Oh, it definitely looks like one.
Yeah, it looks like they bought a base to it.
All right. Okay, we're still on the main slope here. I've dropped some glow sticks, following our progression down here, and you got the remains of wooden timber support. Now that square piece right there, that might be part of the slope haulage. Could be a crossed out of that. And that right there is about 100-year-old pine tree, right there. It's a nice sized stope right here next to the slope. So, but of course you've got a lot of wooden timber support remains just crushed, or they've just caved in, and got the remains of a 100-year-old pine tree plus right there. So we'll just take a quick, this may be as far as we go. We didn't expect to really be doing this because we thought for sure there'd be a water line. It's very unusual. So let me get down here and see what else is down here real quick. Okay, just crossed over that. And wow, now that is an incredible fossil remain right there of a tree. Right there. Wow. Huh. Wow. Yeah, some serious fossil remains were on the ceiling. Right there. Wow, you can even see the outside texture. The bark. Right there. Wow, you got some more old timber supports right here. Yeah, getting a little warm in here. Was a good breeze topside. You got some more timber supports here. Right there. So, all right, we'll go down a little bit further, but I'm going to drop a glow stick. Okay, well, I'll drop down a little bit further just out of curiosity. And I'll tell you, this keeps going. So, but this is as far as I'm going to track. This is good enough. Really didn't expect to get this far. You know, actually expected the mine to be flooded. So, a lot of thick coal, man. These guys had to come back in here, do all this every day. Looks like they worked this out and then stacked all these rocks up right here. All that hasn't fallen from the ceiling. I don't know. So, lots of wooden timber support remains. So, you just got a little stope right there. Right there. So, you can just see the fossil remains. They're all over the ceiling. So, just kind of curiosity. Let's see what's right over that, right there. Tell you, they had this whole haulage tunnel lined with wooden timber supports. Absolutely. Look at that, that's more fossil remains right there. Wow, it's nice. All right, God, man. I just don't believe it, man. Nah, that's as far as I'm going. I'm gonna go in and turn around on back. Huh. It's interesting on the, there's no header markings. Of course, they could have been there and, you know, just collapsed, but we're probably about 15 headers down right now. And by all indication, that keeps going. So, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and turn around and come on back. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and head on back out. The aover's getting just a little bit stale. I'm sure it's not, doesn't have anything to do with methane or black damp. It's just, there's no circulation back in here. So, I mean, we went pretty far. I mean, weren't expecting to do this, but really neat to see nonetheless. This mine really must have looked something when they had all these wooden timber supports in place and track haulage way. Just a incredibly thick coal seam. hard to believe those pine trees are probably 115, 110, 115 years old.
Not only that, it still has the bark on it.
Yeah, and did you notice, man, they're kind of hollowed out, you know?
Video thumping.
Yeah, and it's got coal in the middle of this. I don't see how that happened unless a miner put it in there, but yeah, they're all hollowed out. You know, there probably was some moonshine still in here, but it was crushed.
Yeah.
Be a perfect place for one. That's for sure. All right, well, we went pretty deep underground, man. All right, so we'll go ahead and start making our way on back out. Okay, so we've made it on back here to the main entrance, and we're gonna go ahead and get on up out of here. You feel a nice breeze up here, and make our way up out of that hole right there, if I don't get stuck. So, all right, great piece of mining history right here. Okay. Okay, well, managed to get back out, and I tell you, see that rope that's under? That is an invaluable tool to have when you're coming out of something like this. Man, okay, well, Mr. Box is coming out. He is far more ambidextrous than me. So,
I can do.
all right. Hey, well, see, look at this. He just makes everything look easy. All right, look at that.
So
I'm scared.
Another one.
I'm scared to see what the video is that you took of me. I'm scared to see.
Dude.
Yeah, I looked like I was squirming. All right, guys, that was a long way to go in that mine, but I don't think we'd have this kind of ease, if you want to call it, if it had been wet.
No.
But all right, well, man,
that's really cool.
All right, well, we leave. We'll go back and see if we can find the hoist foundation, and we'll cross over the old roll bed and take some videos of that. But great little side trip to see this, and we may go see another one nearby, but we're gonna see if we can find that manway to this real quick. Okay, so we just trekked through the woods, and this was the manway entrance right here to that mine. That's over that way, about 200 feet away. You gotta be kidding me if this thing's open. It looks like we got an animal path going in here. Something grabs my ass, run. Are you kidding me, man?
Dang, that was a lot easier to get into.
Wow, man. This is supposed to be the manway entrance. This could have been another slope mine originally, but they turned it into a manway entrance. It went parallel to this mine. So, wow, this is highly unusual. Didn't expect this today, but we'll take it. All right, so looks like we're gonna go on in. So this is the same year as the slope mine. This is 1905. So Mr. Box is checking that out. That is very unusual. We were just in the slope mine and it wasn't flooded, but this one is. How's it look?
It is completely flooded.
Okay, anything worth seeing down there? All right. Well, it was neat to find. All right. All right, well, we got a few more to check out today in the general area. So how's the headroom?
I mean, it's flooded right here where I'm standing.
Gotcha. That's very unusual that the manway is flooded, but the slope isn't. Well, that has to be an underground aquifer coming up through there. So, all right, he's done a little check right there. So, okay, as we're heading on back, maybe we'll see if we can find the remains of the hoist house, and then we'll cross over the old rail bed, and we'll head to the next mine. Okay, so we couldn't find the hoist foundation. It's probably long gone, but the rail bed is right back through those trees there. And so we're gonna close this one out and head for the next mine site.